Hey there, it's Susan Pierce Thompson, and welcome to the weekly vlog. Oh, I'm excited. Today I get to introduce you to a series that we're going to do for today and then the 2 weeks after that, a 3-week series on what we actually eat in Bright Line Eating. And you know, it's so funny because we don't actually talk about that much in the vlog, right? We don't get into the nuts and bolts of what specifically is the food that we put in our mouth around here. So we sent out a call to our community and we got video submissions back, and today's vlog is going to be about breakfast, and next week is going to be lunch, and the week after that is going to be dinner. And oh my gosh, I just want to praise everyone for their creativity. It was amazing. I also want to point out oftentimes the lack of creativity, meaning that so many people said that they excitedly, passionately eat exactly the same thing for certain meals every day. And I just want to say, success leaves clues. That's how a lot of people do it around here. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so before we just launch in, just a couple things to keep in mind about these videos. First, we got a lot of submissions, so we did edit some of them down just so we could include as many as possible. We did check them for BLE compliance, and occasionally we added like some text or something if we had suggestions about a recipe or a dish. Also, please keep in mind, not everyone's on the same food plan, right? At all. There's the Bright Line Eating weight loss food plan. There's maintenance where people settle out at totally different places. And then also, plenty of people have modified the Bright Line Eating food plan in a way that suits their needs. So that means you can't necessarily take the quantities that they're talking about and just eat that. Go like, oh, I guess that. No. So take their dish as inspiration and then, of course, modify the specific quantities to fit your Bright Line Eating plan. I don't have a video in here, but I'll just share what I'm eating for breakfast these days is pretty much my standard. It's what I always eat. It's oatmeal, yogurt, blueberries, ground flax seeds. Yum, yum. Sometimes I switch it up, but not that often. And with no further ado, here is what Bright Liners eat for breakfast.
I'm Masha from Belgrade, Serbia, and I am in this program since April 2017. In the first year, I lost 54 kilograms, which is really the biggest number that I lost. I will show you my favorite breakfast now. Cooked wheat is my choice, so I will measure 4 ounces of cooked wheat. Okay. So that's it. I like to do it in a gram because I like to stick to the program, because program knows better than me. And I will take the same amount of Greek yogurt. So I'm preparing my breakfast for tomorrow, which will I leave in refrigerator for the night. This is almost done. I will put the other part of protein will be peanuts. Okay, peanuts and banana. I will cut it and put it on the top with 1 little spoon of cinnamon, and that's it. So this is really like the loveliest ice cream when I leave it in the refrigerator and eat this in the morning. Hello.
Hi, I'm Penelope Jane Smith in the San Francisco Bay Area. I joined Bright Line Eating in 2016 and had a couple years of break, resume. What finally got me off that merry-go-round was the 3rd round of Gideon Games. Thank goodness for Gideon Games. And one of the breakthroughs that I had in the Gideon Games experience that has allowed me to have made it over 2 years now without binging on flour and sugar, yes, while also keeping up with my very busy life. I have a toddler, I run a financial coaching company, And that has been that I eat pretty much the same thing every day. So my go-to breakfast is sweet potato pancakes with some almond butter and fruit on top, usually blackberries, blueberries, and bananas. I love it. Like at night, I'm like, oh, tomorrow when I wake up, I get to have breakfast. And then my backup breakfast is a frozen breakfast bar, which is a recipe I got from one of my Gideon Games teammates, which is oats, eggs. It's kind of the same thing. It's like a kind of like an oatmeal bar, and it just turns into like a sweet bowl of yummy mush.
Good morning. My name is Ellie Osborne, and I'm a musician and music teacher in Portland, Maine. I have two kids who are 16 and 13, and I've been doing Bright Line eating for over a year. I started September 2019, and breakfast is my favorite meal of the day and the easiest to be automatic for me in my Bright Line eating. And my favorite breakfast is cream of wheat. So I have the regular cream of wheat box, and I measure out 1 ounce, and I just microwave a bowl of water to go with that. And I sometimes add chia seeds, measured, of course. And then for my protein in the morning, I like yogurt and banana with cinnamon. And I used to overdo the cinnamon, like SPT used to, but my kids made comments, so now I use a more normal, appropriate, approved amount. And the other thing I really like about cream of wheat is that I have to travel a lot for my music business, and so I can just grab these 1 ounce packets, and they're the instant ones, and they're pre-measured or pre-weighed, and so I know I'm getting the right amount.
I am Thanasis Menegos from Athens, Greece. I'm a crystal vaser with over 3.5 years of bright life, a 7 on the susceptibility scale. My breakfast I love is oats with seeds and fruit. I use 1 ounce of oats, 2 ounces of seeds, any kind, 6 ounces of fruit, any kind, but I prefer banana and berries. Put it in a bowl, add some tea or plain water, and then in the microwaves for 5 minutes. I prepare it from the day before, and the next morning I have a cake ready to eat or to take it outside the house that will hold me until lunchtime.
Hi there, my name is Miki. I am originally from Japan. I have been doing this BLE of lifestyle since October 2016. It's been a while, quite a ride, but I survived, and I'm loving this healthy, beautiful food I can eat. Typically, my breakfast would be like a sweet potato. I love Japanese Okinawan purple sweet potato. They are so yum and healthy. I make with instant pot. When I don't want to make a sweet potato waffle, I just eat sweet potato many different way, like these. Here is some breakfast platter using fresh fruits, nuts, baked oatmeal, breast breakfast roll.
Hi, my name is Butch Lieber, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been doing Bright Line eating since October 10th, 2020, and I have lost 60 pounds. For breakfast, my friend Coey gave me this. It's so great. When you have those bananas that are getting a little brown and getting a little old, you take one of your bananas, mush it up, add 2 eggs for women, 3 eggs for men. You could just use egg whites. I like to use a whole egg, 3 eggs, 1 ounce of oatmeal, lots of cinnamon, more cinnamon the better, a little bit of salt, and then once I've mixed everything together, I'll add some blueberries or some raspberries to make up the full 6 ounce serving of fruit. Put it in the microwave, about 4.5 minutes. It cooks up. As soon as you stop the microwave, it kind of sinks, but it looks pretty ugly, but it's like a fabulous muffin. That is just delicious, warm, hot breakfast.
Hi, my name is Jennifer DeYoung. I live outside of Reno, Nevada. I'm 73 and I've been doing Brightline Eating since March 4th, 2019. My favorite breakfast, the oatmeal rounds from the BLE cookbook. I make a couple of adjustments. First off, I cook 4 ounces of the dry oats in an Instapot and then put them in a nice little bowl in the fridge. In the morning, I just pull the bowl out, cut exactly a quarter. I don't even have to weigh it. Mix in the dry ingredients minus the pecans and plus the egg and 6 ounces of fruit, preferably bananas and strawberries. I cook it all in a frying pan. I end up with 4 very thin muffins or 4 very fat pancakes, and I eat them out of hand with my breakfast beverage, to which I add 1/2 of a cup or 4 ounces of frothed milk, and it makes a perfect breakfast. Lasts me, sustains me through the morning, and I enjoy it every time. I think I'll cook it tonight, and I get it for the next 4 days. Yummy.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, my name's Nancy Grizzle, and I'm living in maintenance in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. My breakfast includes 1.5 ounces of oatmeal made with water, 1 ounce of walnuts, 6 ounces of chopped apple and berries, and I think there's a teaspoon of flaxseed mixed into the oatmeal at the bottom. So this is the beauty of my breakfast. And I also include 4 ounces of vegetables and 1 scrambled egg. I cook the vegetables first and then add the 1 egg scrambled and microwave that for 2 minutes. So that's my beautiful breakfast, is the egg omelet with vegetables and the bountiful bowl of oatmeal with fruit and 1 ounce of walnuts. Take care. Thank you very much.
My name is Rose Stein, and I am so excited to share with you a couple of the things that I have found to kind of spice up my life in terms of food, but also keeping it simple. So morning time, I like things to be like simple and quick and easy. And I know that this might be a little bit too sexy for some people, but I'll tell you, it's after 2 years of eating the same thing every day, it's not so sexy anymore. It's just breakfast. So what I do for breakfast is I take 1 banana or 6 ounces of banana. Sometimes I'll throw it in there, but either measurement works fine for what I'm making here. So it's my 1 banana or 6 ounces of banana and 2 ounces of nut butter and or nuts kind of mixed as my protein. I've found that as a 40-year-old woman that having some fat in the morning actually really works well for my body. So I tend to have at least 1 ounce or 2 ounces of nuts in the morning. There is a reality of that slowing down weight loss a little bit. And maybe I'm a couple pounds heavier than my mind tells me I want to be. But the reality also is that my first diet, I was 10 years old. And I have lost and gained hundreds of pounds over the years and been on so many different diets. So there is a little bit to be said for, I don't really know, right? I'm not the best judge of my food plan or my weight. So that's why I have support and a mastermind to help me and guide me through that. And it just makes it simple, right? We just put the body on the scale once a week, tell the people, right? Put the food on the scale, keep it simple. Okay, so I take my banana, 2 ounces of nuts and my 1 ounce of oats, mush it all together with some cinnamon, pop it in a little muffin tin, throw it in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes. And it's these cute, simple little muffins, which are really nice. And then what's cool about that as well, especially if you have like those ripe bananas, is that they freeze really well. So I just have them right here in the freezer and just have them right here out of the freezer, and I just then pop them in the microwave for a minute, and I get to have my simple, easy, on the go, don't have to cook breakfast, which is nice.
Hi, my name is Tina Gaida, and I live in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I have been living with Bright Line Eating for the past 5 years, maintaining an 80-pound weight loss for 4 of them, and I'm here today to talk to you about my favorite breakfast, sweet potato, banana, blueberry bowl. My family and I are cooped up in the house. My husband's working from home. My kids are homeschooled, all due to COVID-19. And winter is definitely in full force here in Eastern Pennsylvania. But even though it's cold out there, it's definitely warm in here. I chose sweet potatoes because they're a very healthy grain option on Bright Line Eating, and also because I was looking for a breakfast that was dairy-free and gluten-free due to inflammatory disorder that I'm trying to control, and sweet potatoes just came to mind as a great option. So I have a neat trick to cook sweet potatoes. I use a mini crock pot, right? Genius. My girlfriend told me this trick years ago, and I just set it up at around lunchtime, and by dinner time, the potatoes are tender, the skin falls off, they're done. And then when they're done, I can take this and put it right in the fridge. So I have my sweet potatoes, and about a half of a medium sweet potato is 4 ounces. So I make these in batches of 3 at a time so that I have breakfast for the whole week. And I'm gonna take 4 ounces of sweet potato. Turn my scale. Exactly, 4 ounces of sweet potato. And I'm gonna leave the skins on because they're loaded with vitamins. Sweet potatoes are so healthy. They're loaded with vitamin C, all your B vitamins, lots of fiber, totally healthy food. And then I'm gonna add 3 ounces of blueberries. And I like to leave frozen blueberries out on the counter overnight so that they're defrosted and all ready for you as soon as you wake up in the morning. So 3 ounces of frozen organic blueberries, and I'm gonna cut up 3 ounces of sliced banana. And then for protein, I use 2 ounces of nuts and seeds. You could totally use a coconut yogurt to give it a creamy texture. Feel free to make it your own, but what I love it with is some chopped walnuts. So I use 1 ounce of chopped walnuts and 1 ounce of another seed. I use ground flax, I use hemp hearts, and I sometimes like pumpkin seeds this time of year too. A little sprinkle of cinnamon, and pop it in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes, and you have a delicious breakfast in under 3 minutes. I hope you make it wherever you are in the world, and I wish you a very bright breakfast.
Hi, Bright Lifers. My name is Tony Charles. I live in Connecticut. This is day 867 of Bright Line Eating. I've released 90 pounds. Breakfast: frozen blueberries, 6 ounces, unsweetened almond milk yogurt, 5 ounces, ground seeds, this is my fat for the day, a mixture of chia seed, flax seed, hemp heart seed, and black cumin seed, 1 ounce, steel cut oats, 1 ounce dry, and steamed greens, 4 ounces. Instead of coffee, which I gave up, all forms of caffeine, I drink hot lemon ginger mint tea, which I'm having right now. Very good.
Hi there, this is Tony Wade, and this is my bright breakfast. Now I have 14 ads. Don't hate me, I'm just saying. And so I'm going to start here. So I have 2 grains, and one of my grains is going to be 1 ounce of rice cakes, and then 1 ounce of shredded wheat, I put some cinnamon on it. Then I have 2 proteins. One of those is 8 ounces of yogurt, and I put some 2 ounces of salsa on top. I like it. You don't have to. And my other protein is the 2 ounces of peanut butter. And I have my fruit is a banana, and rarely do I have a 6 ounce banana. So cut it up. And then my cherry tomatoes make up the rest of the weight for it. And then my last add is the 1 ounce of nuts. And I also have some cinnamon apple spice tea to go with it. Most important thing, though, is you must listen to Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. Now, this is actually Stevie Ray Vaughan's version, and it's instrumental. That's why I like it. But you can go with Stevie or Jimmy. Either one works.
Hi everybody, my name's Amy. I'm a Bright Lifer from Toronto, Canada. I'm an 8 on the susceptibility scale, and I've been part of Brightline Eating since September of 2019. I have released 120 pounds, and I'm so grateful for this program and everything that it's made available to me. And today I'm going to share with you my favorite breakfast, chia pudding. And what I do here, I actually borrowed from another Bright Lifer, Emily August. And here it is. All right, so first off, what I start with is instead of plain water or almond milk or some kind of nut milk, I actually used steeped tea. So I use one of these 1 liter mason jars, and I find that this makes 2 jars worth of chia pudding. So I steep the tea, and I buy ones that have ginger and turmeric and cardamom and cinnamon. Those are some of my favorites. And I steep it all day. And then I make the jars of chia pudding to soak overnight. So this is what one looks like that's working or cooking. It's what's in here is 1.5 ounces of chia seeds, and then 1 ounce of oats, dry oats, and then cinnamon. I usually put about a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I sprinkle nutmeg and cardamom, and then I fill it up with the steeped tea. And this is just a mason jar that came from a jar of tomato sauce. Some of those jars, I like the threaded lids, so they're good to shake and they don't leak. Now here's what it looks like afterwards. What I do is I weigh out my banana, and then I top it up with blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, frozen ones, until it is 6 ounces. And I put the chia pudding into the bowl, and I do the bananas on top like that. The berries are in the bottom. I put it in the microwave for about a couple minutes, and then here's what it looks like. After that, I sprinkle it with some cinnamon. I buy the organic cinnamon. It has such a nice strong flavor, and you actually need less. And then I put some nutmeg as well. And I like some cardamom. A little bit on top. And then in my plan, I have adjusted it to have 1.25 proteins at breakfast, and then I have 0.75 proteins at dinner. So I add 1 ounce of chopped walnuts to the top. And that's it. And it's very quick. It's so delicious. It's filling. And I eat it every single day.
Good morning, my name is Caroline. I'm calling to you from Nottingham in England. I want to share with you my favourite Brightline Eating breakfast that I have most mornings. So I have 1 ounce of dried rolled oats, 4 ounces of soya yogurt, any brand, 6 ounces of fruit, any fruit. Usually I have 1 banana and blueberries and grapes, oranges, anything. And then I mix it all up in a bowl, and I add 1/2 ounce of seeds. I think these are pumpkin and sunflower, and 1/2 ounce of mixed nuts. So any nuts. I take these every day because I'm a cycling instructor, and I ride a long way every day. Some days I can be riding for like 5 hours a day, so I can take nuts easily. And I mix them all up in a bowl, and sometimes I sprinkle some cinnamon on the top. So I've got some here. Some people were saying in the Facebook page, on the official page, that they didn't like plain yogurt. So if you sprinkle it with cinnamon, it just adds that extra taste. It's quite nice, kind of nutty sweet taste. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the finished one that I just made earlier. Excuse the messy kitchen. Yay, so there's my bright breakfast, and it really keeps me full, and I can ride on that for a good few hours to work.
Hi, I'm Ellie Sheverisky. I'm Jewish and I live in Israel, and I've been on BLE for about 14 months now. I'm a 7 on the susceptibility scale. I haven't gotten to goal weight, though I'm on men's maintenance, because I'm nursing, and I'm still losing weight, so that's good. I hope. But anyhow, so one of the meals that I really like, that I enjoy for breakfast, and there's a little twist to it, you can use the same thing almost for lunch as well, for like my grain, is I use fine bulgur. I have it in a oatmeal container, but I take fine bulgur, and you can use grits as well if you can't find fine bulgur. Now I do 2 ounces because, like I said, I'm nursing and I'm still losing weight, so I added on more so that I can nurse better. I put chicken seasoning, like a powdered chicken seasoning of my choice on it, and some cayenne pepper because I like the spice. Then I take boiling water and I just cover it over the top of it, just slightly. Otherwise it soaks up way too much liquid. Then I put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. And I make my eggs sunny side up, and it's sprayed with palm oil. 1 ounce of shredded cheese. Mix it up and I throw it all together. Voila. Oh, that's still goopy. I like it egg yolk goopy because it helps flavor it. And so it's a little goopy. But yeah, then you just stir it up and voila.
Hi, my name's Jerry Robbins. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been following Brightline Eating since May of 2018. I played around the edges starting in about October of 2015 with the release of the first Food Freedom videos. Finally hopped on the train, and I haven't looked back nearly 1,000 days ago. I'm delighted to be in my bright-sized body, and I'm so grateful for Brightline Eating for everything that you've brought into my life, including these amazing breakfasts. So let me show you. I love to make steel-cut oats, and I usually batch cook it. I'll make 6 batches that I then store in, or 6 portions that I then store in containers. And I will serve it with sometimes almond butter. I also add a variety of nuts and seeds to round out my protein. That can include pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, pepitas, or sunflower seeds, or raw cashews. And sometimes I also use flax. I then measure that out and put in fruit. Generally, I like berries, and I love frozen berries, so frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, frozen blueberries, and I add my 6 ounces of fruit. And then on top of that, I round out my protein with a little bit of Greek yogurt. And it's one of my favorite breakfasts because it's very satisfying and very filling, and helps me start my day with something warm in my tummy. My second breakfast favorite that got me through weight loss a lot was my Faya yogurt. And I would measure out 8 ounces of that, put in 6 ounces of fruit, and then put as my grain Ezekiel cereal on the top. I found that if I put the Ezekiel on the top, that it stayed crunchy, and again, it helped with satiety and satisfaction. I feel so lucky to have a routine that includes these easy to make healthy breakfasts that start my day with success.
Hi, my name's Virginia Knott, and I live in Fort Bragg, California. I'm about 3 hours north of San Francisco, up on the Pacific Ocean. I've been a Brightline eater since July of 2019, and I just wanted to share my favorite breakfast. I eat it almost every single morning. I have 6 ounces of frozen pitted cherries, and I microwave those for about 1:15 just to defrost them and get them soft. And then I add 4 ounces of cooked yam that I prepare ahead of time, and then I just throw it in with the cherries, microwave it for another 1:15, and then I season that with salt, cinnamon, and a little bit of maple extract. And then I top that with 4 ounces of plain yogurt and 1 ounce of walnuts. And that breakfast not only is filling and super satisfying, but it's creamy and crunchy. It's hot, and then there's a cold element, and it's just so beautiful with the colors, and it's actually sweet and savory at the same time, and it's just super yummy. So that is my favorite breakfast, and I'm super happy to share it with you.
Hi, my name's Renee Akyar, and I'm currently sheltering in California in our cabin up at Lake Elminor, and it's snowing. So my favorite breakfast recipe is zesty orange raspberry breakfast parfait. Let me get that so you can see it. And it has, I do this as not only a weight loss, this is a weight loss recipe, Brightline weight loss. And it's also FODMAPs for those of you that watched your food intake for FODMAP issues. So I use not just plain Greek yogurt, but I use goat milk yogurt because it's FODMAP. And it's 6 ounces of that. And the orange slices I cut ahead of time. And then up here sheltering in, I don't have fresh raspberries, but those would be perfect. But I use frozen ones, and I just thaw them out the night before. And those ingredients get put in the bowl first. So I'm going to take this and add the oranges and the raspberries. A little juicy when they're frozen, but that's okay for my purposes. Orange zest, which I zested that last night, so it's a little bit drier, but a little bit of zest. And then I take and layer all of this. 1 ounce of dried oats, just for a little different texture, and as well as the green. And then chopped walnuts, because walnuts are a good FODMAP nut, but almonds aren't, and pistachios aren't, macadamias are a good FODMAP. And any reserved, which I forgot to reserve them, reserve your couple of raspberries for the top. So enjoy.